Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another apartment renovation. So today I am renovating this apartment, which is one of the Culpeper House apartments. I forget exactly which one, but you can read the address in the top left hand side of the screen. So if you want to place it in your game, that's where it goes. So for this apartment, I wanted to do something that was quite rustic. I think that style is very pretty, especially in The Sims. And I feel like it suits this area really nicely because of all of the brick exteriors. And I wanted to bring some of that brick onto the interior. So I do that a little bit, and then I pair it with some of these hardwood floors. These ones that came with Jungle Adventure are so pretty. I love these floors. They're my favorite ones that we have in game, and so I wanted to use them. And then other than that, I did imagine that the sim that lives here is an artist, so I wanted to decorate part of the apartment as like their art studio. So I put some easels in there. I also put one of those murals that you can paint that we got with City Living. I put it up on this wall that's right by this back door here, and I think that looks really nice. I also put a computer desk in the art area, so I did imagine that they work from home. Maybe they share their art online or some sort of social media along with their artwork. I'm not exactly sure, but I did imagine it was a single sim that lived here, but you could easily have a couple. But if you wanted to have a family or a roommate, you would definitely want to repurpose the art area to be another bedroom. But the floor plan has came together. I did section off the art studio with some of those false shutter doors. I really like doing that. I do it every once in a while, but I think it looks really good, and I can just imagine that your Sims can pull them closed, and I think it looks really good that way. But here I am working on the kitchen. I love these cabinets. You guys know this. They're my favorite cabinets in game, but I really like them here in this orangey wood color with the black tops. I thought it worked perfectly for the design that I wanted to go for. And then I used this round table that came with Jungle Adventure. And then here, these chairs, they're one of my favorite chairs in game, but I just now noticed that two of the swatches are exactly the same, and I'm not exactly sure if that's a glitch or if there's a subtle difference that I wasn't noticing, but I had to take a second and look at them because I'm like, these are exactly the same swatches. I believe it's the first and last swatch. They're, yeah, exactly the same, at least from what I could tell. So maybe there's something I was missing. I'm not exactly sure, but I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I used this round dining table with those chairs, and I put some shelves above it, and then I put a few clutter items up here, and I think it just looks really nice. I really tried to add quite a bit of like personal clutter decorations, kind of probably eclectic stuff, just random weird decorations that I just thought looked really nice. I did mention a couple videos ago, I think it was a couple apartment renovations ago, I forget exactly, I mentioned how I wanted to do my dream apartment. And actually, before I went to go renovate this one, I was planning on doing my dream apartment. So it kind of has some things that I would probably want in a dream apartment, but I'm just not really sure if we have the right cabinets or the right couches for me to really do that. So maybe I will do that eventually, because a lot of you guys did say that you'd be interested in seeing that, but I'm just not really sure if I can make it yet. I don't know. I had a hard time with it, so I decided to do this instead. So it has things that I would personally really like, and overall I just love this apartment a lot. And also in my last speed build, I did mention, or I asked you guys to leave your suggestions for apartment renovations, so I actually built this one before you guys left your suggestions. But I did want to say thank you guys so much for leaving those. I've got so many good ones so far. I'm very excited to go through and start building the different types of apartments that you guys were mentioning. But if you guys have any more suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video too, because it would be really appreciated. I've been feeling kind of stumped with apartments lately, and I'm not really sure if that's like the lack of ideas with apartment interiors, or if it's just kind of running out of apartments. I kind of feel like I renovate the same apartments over and over, and part of that has to do with I have a select few of them that I really like that I just prefer to renovate. But I feel like we need more apartments. I did mention this over on Twitter pretty recently, and a lot of people seem to agree that they really hope that we get more apartments with future packs or the ability to do something with apartments on our own. I really hope it's not limited to City Living, because I think that'd be kind of sad. I really feel like we need more apartments, or if we get the ability to have roommates that we can't control, or like multifamily lots, then we could actually build our own apartments and they might be kind of functional. So we'll see what happens, but I really hope we get more in the future, because I really like apartments. I don't want them to end at City Living, but we'll see how it goes. But anyways, I am decorating the living room now, and I knew pretty much right off the bat which couches I wanted to use, and that's these couches, these ones that came with seasons. I think they're really pretty. The only thing that does bother me about them though is I think the backs of them are a little bit short. Do any of you guys think that? I feel like they look a little bit squashed, But either way, I think they're very pretty, but I knew I wanted to use them in this really deep purple color with the orangey wood frames. I felt like that would tie in really nicely to the kitchen, and I don't think I've ever used them in this swatch. I think it's a really pretty swatch, but I think I've tried to use them before, but it didn't really quite work with the color scheme, or something didn't quite work with what I was trying to do before. But I felt like finally I had the right interior that they went with. And also the rug that I used in here that came with Get Famous matched perfectly with these couches, and I never realized it before, but the purple colors in there matched the purples of the cushions, and then the orangey kind of golden hues matched the wood frames of the couches. So I felt like that tied in really nicely. But the living room has pretty much came together. I do decorate a little bit of an entryway over here with the coat rack. I put an umbrella rack over here, and then there's a mirror. And then other than that, I do put a plant next to the TV stand. I was going to put it up on that little stool, but I felt like it didn't quite look right in here. So I decided to just put it on the ground. There's also a video game console in here, and then I placed a fishbowl up on top of that bookcase. I thought that looked pretty cute. And then underneath the TV, there's some books and a sugar skull and just a few other decorations. But over here is the bathroom, so it's the only bathroom in the apartment, but I did split it up into 2 rooms, just separated by the archway. So this first one has the shower with the sink, and then the second room I place a toilet, and then I also do a washer and dryer in there, but of course you could just make the bathroom bigger or do something else if you don't want to do laundry, but I felt like it just fits so perfectly in here. It's kind of like a utility room. And then what I really like about this apartment is this corner shelf area that I create next to the shower. So here I am placing the shelves, and I thought this looked so good. Of course, the orangey wood color matched the rest of the woods that I was going for in this apartment. And I just go through and I find different objects from the debug menu, from the Build a Buy catalog, just try to clutter up these shelves as much as I could with different little bits of bathroom clutter. And the debug menu has so many great things for this. There's like nail files, there's eyeliners, there's makeup applicators, there's this palette that looks like blushes or eyeshadows or something. So I just went through and tried to find as many things as I possibly could, and I just think it looks really good. I was very happy with this area. But speaking of the debug menu, some of you guys were saying that you'd be interested in seeing like a My Debug Picks video or my favorite objects to use from the debug menu. So if you guys would be interested in seeing that, please let me know. It's definitely something that I could be working on. I'm not exactly sure how soon it'll come out because I still feel like I'm finding new things in the debug menu all of the time, but I do have a select few items that I really do like to use, like the remote and some of the magazines and books and stuff. So yeah, definitely let me know what you guys are thinking about that. And another thing that I'm going to be working on is a roofing tutorial, and I'm really excited about that because so many of you guys said you wanted to see that after I did my Move Objects tutorial. So I'm going to be working on that, but I wanted you guys to submit questions that you had about roofing because I felt like that was a really good way for me to get organized when doing my last tutorial. So if you guys do have any roofing questions, definitely go over to my community tab and leave them there. But I am working on the bedroom now, and I really like this walk-in closet that I created. I thought it looked really good with the tall dresser and the clothes hanging on the wall. I thought that looked really nice, and I really like the brick inside of the closet too. And then I used this bed that came with Seasons. I of course love this bed, and I thought it looked really nice in here. And then other than that, I just pair it with some of the rustic furniture that we have with base game. So this side table is one of my favorites. I use it all of the time, but I really like that it has the paint kind of chipped off of it. I think that looks really good, and so I pair it with the matching dresser over here. I just really like these items, and of course it matches the rustic style. And then I put this mirror above the bed that came with I think Seasons as well. Thought that looked really good, and I wanted to use that stand-up mirror, but I really didn't have a good spot to use it in here, and I was going to use it in the art studio, but I ended up not keeping it in the end. And then here I do clutter up the dresser with just some random clutter decorations, and then those candles that came with the update to the holiday pack in December is so pretty. I love those candles so much, so I thought those looked really good in here. And then I just put some books next to the bed, and then I wasn't really sure if I liked the poster where it was. Looking back, I think I kind of prefer the poster kind of leaning up on the dresser because I do end up moving it to the wall. So we'll see that here in a moment, and I put another picture above the dresser. I do like it in the end, but looking back, I don't know, I kind of prefer it the other way. Do you guys ever do that if you make speed builds? Do you ever make decisions and then you go to do a voiceover and you're like, maybe that was better the way I had it before? I do that, I think, all of the time, but there I just moved the poster and I put this painting above the dresser. It looks okay, but yeah, I think it could be better. But over here is where I put that mural because I had this long brick wall and I felt like it would just fit perfectly there. And your Sims can paint it. I did make sure to play test it. I didn't have my Sim fully paint the mural because it was going to take forever. And I could have downloaded some from the gallery, but I decided not to. But you'll notice that it's partially painted in the screenshots. But I did have to lower it down because I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but I used the 9 key to raise it up a little bit. And yeah, my Sim couldn't reach it and I thought it was the paint buckets or the rug or something was blocking it. But I just had to lower it back down and my Sim was able to reach it just fine. And then over here I do create this kind of corner desk area. I just thought that would look really nice in here. And then other than that, I put some just art clutter. I have the easel with this adorable tray. I really like that tray that matches this easel that has the paint clutter on top of it. It has like some paintbrushes and random things, and it has like the drawers all askew and it has paint splatters on it. I just really like that item. And then I put some blank canvases, some painted canvases, and then I also used some of those sketch drawings that we have as artwork on the wall. I put that all behind the canvas. I sized, I think, one of them up. Oh, here I did remember that I wanted to have a pet in this apartment, so I put a litter box over here. I thought it'd be kind of nice for this Sim to have a cat, and then later on I do put a pet food bowl by the back door. You could have a dog, of course, but I always gravitate towards cats in apartments and probably cats in other builds too because I am kind of a cat person in real life. I do love dogs, but I don't know, I'm more of a cat person, I think, when it comes down to it. But you can have whatever you would like in here. But here in the corner of this desk, I was cluttering it up and I felt like it was a little bit too much. So here in just a moment, I do get rid of some of these decorations and just try to simplify it. I really love that clutter that came with, I think it was Movie Hangout, but it has those succulents and the stacks of books and that cool, like, kind of cup thing that looks like an elephant or a cat, or I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. But I love that decoration a lot. I really hope that we get more things like it. But here I am decorating the balcony. So back here on the balcony, I just wanted to do a seating area. And I decided to get rid of those window boxes because I felt like they would block the couches when I put furniture over here. I did like them, but oh well, I got rid of them in the end. And then I do have the barbecue out here. I do a little dining table, a couple of planter boxes so your Sims could do some gardening. And I also use those hanging baskets that came from Jungle Adventure. I tried to make them look like they're hanging from the pillar in the corner of the balcony, and I think it looks really good. I really hope that we get hanging baskets in The Sims eventually. I think that would be so nice. I try to create my own sometimes, and sometimes it looks okay. I think back here it looks really nice, but it would definitely be really helpful if we actually got some in a pack, so that's something that I would really like to see. Hopefully, eventually it'll come, but here I am just adding a few other decorations to the patio. I do add a wind chime, and then I think one of those drain decorations that we got with, what did they come with? I think it came with Get Together. I'm not exactly sure, but here I am adding the hanging baskets. But this is basically it for the apartment. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I thought this was a lot of fun to do, but I hope you guys do enjoy the screenshots. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions that you have, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Tell me about that little boy playing in the kindergarten. Life wasn't always good to him. Fighting school, he tried to win them. But then he grew up to be a man. Took a chance, a girlfriend's hand. But then she said, "You got it wrong. I'm sorry, I am not the one." I know that it's hard to love and let go, to try and don't succeed. But I know that's how life goes. Love will come your way if you start to believe things will work out.